Today, we're taking a really close look at the professional life of a pastor.
Right. But not in the usual way, not through, heavy theological texts.
No, exactly. Our sources are actually pretty specific. A Q&A session, a really frank one he did with some youth,
Yeah, kids who are going for something called a Bible evangelistic honor.
which is like, what, a kind of merit badge?
Pretty much, yeah. For young people focused on outreach, sharing their faith.
So this is the Bible evangelistic honor. So it's meshing really well right now since Pastor John is doing an evangelistic series. And it is about us as a group being able to spread Jesus's love. And we're supposed to kind of understand how evangelistic series work in our church, in our community, and how the pastor's role is so involved in this and what that looks like. And some of the things that they need to do for this honor is they actually need to attend a board meeting to understand how things work. They need to ask questions about the running and the role of pastorhood. And that's kind of where are today, is the questions of your profession and what that entails.
And the questions they asked, they weren't just theological, they were practical.
Right, about the job itself, the logistics, the reality.
Exactly. So it gives us this amazing window into, well, the career path, the demands, the discipline involved.
Okay, so that's our mission today.
Uh-huh.
A deep dive into that work ethic, what it takes, and maybe some universal stuff about, work-life balance and autonomy that comes out of it.
Definitely. And it starts really with his core philosophy, this idea of a good work ethic.
So what happens is all my life growing up, I developed this ability they call good work ethic. And because from an early age, since you all's age, I worked a lot. And I did what I was supposed to do, but I didn't do it for the boss. Guess what?
He contrasts it, doesn't he? Like, normal job versus this.
Yeah. Most people, that you have a boss, maybe someone micromanaging you, checking your work constantly.
Right.
His perspective, his work is always for God, a higher power.
Which changes the whole equation, The standard isn't just good enough.
Precisely. He used these really down-to-earth examples. Frying French fries.
So if I was mopping the floor at McDonald's, I wasn't mopping it for the boss. Who was I mopping it for? That's right. If I was frying the French fries, who was I frying them for? That's right. And so the Bible says when you're faithful in little things.
Mopping floors at McDonald's.
You're not just doing it for the paycheck in that moment.
Exactly. The motivation's internal. It's spiritual. And the source material really leans into that classic idea. If you are faithful in the little things, you are given bigger things.
And the fascinating part is what those bigger things actually are. It's not necessarily a corner office.
No, it's freedom. Professional freedom. Autonomy. That's the payoff for that intense work ethic.
Which seems almost paradoxical, right? You'd think that kind of drive leads to burnout.
Sometimes it might. We'll get into boundaries later, but for him, it leads to his favorite part of the job, being trusted. No one looking over his shoulder.
Independence.
Total independence. And he uses it. That freedom lets him, in his words, make anything into a ministry. Anything.
Anything, and do it anywhere. It's like ultimate career customization.
And so the part that I love is being able to do that. You can make anything into a ministry. Anything. Like I could make a marker ministry. What would I do in the marker ministry?
Write messages and leave them around on whiteboards.
Did you hear that? Just like that. She's ministry is pouring out of her. Okay, I could do a ministry on Stanley Cups. What could I do? What kind of ministry what would I do? I get to share them? Yes, absolutely. Sticker, yeah, get some stickers you can put on. Actually, I got some stickers. You guys are about to get some stickers. You're about to get a sticker.
Okay, so give me an example. This sounds broad.
Well, he just got back from the YMCA.
Yeah.
Started a ministry there for people who want to, work out for the glory of God. Taking a personal interest and turning it into outreach.
Huh. So the lines blur completely.
Absolutely. He even brainstormed ideas with the youth right there. A marker ministry, writing notes, drawing for people, or even, get this, a Stanley Cup ministry.
Wait, the water bottles?
Yeah. Sharing them, collecting them, putting stickers on them, whatever. Using it as a way to connect with people.
So the job is basically always on, a 247 opportunity. If working out can be ministry.
You see the implication. If he's faithful in those little things, working out, choosing a water bottle, that becomes part of the bigger thing, the job itself.
Which, as you said, probably explains why the whole work-life balance thing gets tricky.
Exactly. If your biggest freedom is turning anything into work, when do you stop? It's a huge tension baked into that earned autonomy. Okay, let's shift from the philosophy to the human side.
What's your favorite baptism story?
Okay, favorite baptism story was probably with this guy right here, Aiden. When Aiden was in there, we got into the water. I don't know who turned on the water, turned up the heat, but it was very hot. It was very hot, and I felt it. But I'm just trying to be calm about it. But he told me, what's your question? You have a thought?
It was super cold for me.
Oh, it was cold for you, so it was opposite. Yeah. It's usually the extreme temperatures. So I have two stories, one extreme hot, one extreme cold. So the extreme hot was with Aiden, and he asked me, we're talking, and we're like, we've been doing ministry. And then he's like, hey, can I do a pre-dip? Because my the top is cold, the bottom is hot. He wanted to even it out.
It's only because I wanted my face to not get burned, so I wanted to get my face used to the heat.
See, there you go. See, this guy's smart. He's in the moment.
The day-to-day stuff, memorable moments.
Oh, yeah. Baptism seemed to be a source of some memorable stories, particularly involving temperature extremes.
Like what?
Well, first, there was the hot dip, a young guy named Aiden. The water in the baptismal tank was apparently really hot.
Oh, no.
So Aiden, right in the middle of this sacred moment, asks for a pre-dip.
A pre-dip?
Yeah, just to get his face used to the heat before going all the way under. Quick thinking.
That's amazing presence of mind.
Okay.
So hot dip. What's the other extreme?
The cold dip. Another baptism, someone else's son. They forgot to turn the heater on for the tank. Ice cold.
Oh, you're kidding.
Nope. And then panic mode. People running to the kitchen, boiling water in little pots.
Trying to heat up a whole baptismal tank with pots of boiling water.
Desperately. He said the result was the water got just a little warm.
Wow. So even sacred moments involve human error and frantic improvisation.
Totally. And that theme, improvisation, unexpected paths. That's kind of the story of his whole career. He stressed he never planned to be a pastor.
Really? How did it start then?
As a youth director, just helping out at a church, the Spanish East Church, with their Sabbath schools.
It ended up being where I started off as a youth director. I was helping out in Sabbath schools at the Spanish East Church. And somebody saw that and they were like, well, we should give you more responsibility. And so they gave me a room and they bought like a soundboard. They bought some instruments. They gave us paint. We painted the room and they call it the capilla. In Spanish, it's just like a room, like a ministry room. And so from there, I would do talks. And from there, I became a Bible worker, have any of you all ever gone door to door and knocked and bothered people? What do they usually say? Let's see. Ella, show them what happens. I'm just gonna knock at your door. Sorry to bother you. I have these books and
That's nice.
they're really well. Hey, there's one about health and this one if you want, I'm just a struggling student, just trying to make a living and trying to pay my school bill. And no, ma'am, please, no, ma'am, please.
Sabbath schools. That's like Sunday school, but on Saturday?
Essentially, yeah, religious classes. And doing that led to more responsibility. They gave him a room,
Okay.
then a soundboard, instruments, paint. They called it the capilla, the ministry room. It just grew organically.
So from youth helper to...
becoming a Bible worker.
Which isn't quite a pastor yet, right? What does a Bible worker do?
It's more focused on outreach, lay ministry, distributing Bible studies, door-to-door visits. He actually called it like door-to-door sales.
Wow. Dealing with rejection.
Oh yeah, people saying sorry to bother you, throwing away the mailings. He said it was tough, a real grind, though apparently one person kept the materials he sent for years.
So that grind somehow led to college, Union College, near Nebraska City.
Ironically, yes, but getting there. Oh boy. The transcript story is something else.
What happened?
Bureaucracy nightmare. Initially rejected, missing transcripts. He drove away, figuring, okay, God's closing this door.
Accepted it. Yeah.
Then, surprise phone call. He can start, but he has to get those transcripts later.
Okay, a reprieve.
For one semester. Then, bam, halted again. Still needs the transcripts.
Yeah.
Mandatory. He's driving home, thinking it's really over this time.
Yeah.
Second surprise phone call. Just incredible timing.
What was it?
Money from that previous Bible work job, remember, funds set aside, like for retirement or savings, suddenly available.
No way.
Yes. And he said even after taxes took a huge chunk out, the amount left was exactly enough to pay the fee to release the transcripts.
That is uncanny.
Yeah.
Just enough.
Unbelievable, right? Talk about a door opening. So he gets the transcripts, finishes his degree.
And graduated when?
2018. And get this, he graduated alongside some of the same kids he first taught in those Sabbath schools way back when.
Full circle. That's amazing.
It really is. And the education isn't over. In the Midwest, he says, a master's is required now.
So he's doing that too.
Yep. 1 year left.
So, yeah. Bachelor, yeah.
And then in general, to add to that, what's the normal level? Bachelor's, master's, doctorates, what is normal to have as a pastor?
Good question. So in the Midwest, Kansas, Nebraska, they require that you have your master's. So bachelor's, they're not going to let me settle. So right now, actually 2 weeks ago, I was at Union because I'm doing a program that's like half at school, half here. So I get to do ministry, but then I have to go take a test. Then I'm like preaching. I'm like, the Lord said, and then I'm like doing a test. And I'm like, here, I baptize you in the name of, oh, this water's cold, splash. And then I'm like, I got to write a paper. And so I have to go to Union, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And so I'm supposed to get my master's, and I'm actually about 1 year away. Because usually if they send you off to Andrews, it'll be like 2 years. They send you away, then they send you back. But since, I have a family, I got a 3-year-old, I got a 13-year-old, since I have to do it another way. So now it takes 5 years.
But it's taking 5 years total. He's doing it half-time, balancing school, ministry, and family. He's got a 3-year-old and a 13-year-old at home.
Okay, wow. Which leads us right into the daily reality.
Yeah.
How do you balance all that? He talked about his morning routine.
Oh, in detail. He calls it the Exodus event. And it is precise.
Precise how?
Starts at 5 a.m. sharp.
Oof.
5 to 6 a.m. is what he calls God/sleep time snooze. Sitting on the bed, then the couch, talking to God, but, maybe dozing off a bit.
Relatable.
What's your morning routine?
Morning routine.
On work days.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Yeah. On work days? Okay, guys, this is taking practice, okay? It's taking practice, because usually when I sleep, I'm just laying there on the bed, guys, and my bed doesn't roll like this, but I'm laying there, and immediately I get up and I sit just like this on the edge of the bed, and then I go into the living room. And when I go into the living room, I sit on the couch and I'm dozing off, and I start talking to God for at least 30 minutes to an hour. And sometimes I doze off. So when it's just a regular, I doze off. That's but when I'm spending time, I'm talking to God, and then I get up and I go wake up Moses, and I try to leave Ezra asleep. What's that?
You have to tell us what time all
Okay.
this is happening.
Good question. So I get up at probably 5 a.m. 5 a.m.
That's not even that bad. I wake up at 5:30, Mom.
Yeah. Do you wake up at 5:30? Ooh, 5, yes. So I would say
for you.
I wake up at 7. 5 to 6
I leave at 7:20. I could never do that.
is God/sleep time. Snooze. God sleep/snooze.
Sounds about right.
That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. And then from like 6 to 7, I'm trying to get Moses. I'm trying to get Moses to wake up, man. It's the mission of Moses.
This must be a team thing, except Brella.
A team thing.
You are very dedicated. I'm so proud of you. When everyone else is like, get up! So it's a later day.
It's isn't it a work to get, to where we need to go? Like I'm telling you, it's really trying to get Moses, and Moses, he's gotten better, but then I have to get Ezra's diapers, and then I have to, and he wets that diaper. I don't know what he puts in there, but it's just.
Are you letting him have fluids until after 5 p.m.?
It is true. I have to make a confession. I need to stop it. He's just a thirsty boy. I don't know what it is. But that boy his kidney function is superior. It's top notch. And so I gotta get diapers. I gotta get, I put fruit in his bag for who's gonna watch him, and I get wipes. He had a blowout yesterday, if you guys want to know.
Okay, then.
6 to 7 a.m. is the mission of Moses.
Which is?
Getting the 13-year-old out of bed, major operation, and dealing with the 3-year-old Ezra. Diapers, wipes, fruit bags.
The toddler logistics.
And apparently Ezra has, quote, superior kidney function.
Uh-oh. I know what that means.
Right, volume. And then there was the blowout story.
Oh, the classic. Tell me.
Yeah, Ezra, hand in the diaper, reaches out with those big toddler eyes, grabs Dad's arm with the, cool smelly substance, as the pastor put it.
Oh, every parent has been there. That is just perfect reality check.
Exactly. And this is happening while he's probably trying to think about Vespers or a sermon or something.
And the clock's ticking, right? The Exodus event has a deadline.
7:48 a.m. Exactly. That's the leave time. Calculated to navigate traffic, get Ezra under one arm, grab the bag because 8:01 a.m. locked out. Tardy slip required.
High stakes for morning drop-off.
Okay.
And then from 7 to 8, that's where you have to time it perfectly, because you have to leave exactly at 7:48. Exactly.
It only takes you 12 minutes to get here.
It's supposed to take 10, but I calculated the steps to the car, grabbing Ezra under one arm, his bag, and getting everybody. It's like an Exodus event. We have to get into. It's like we're moving out. I don't know why. Every morning, it's like we're moving out. So at 7:48, anything less, and then traffic, right? The traffic lights, the people in traffic. 7:48, and then we get there to the school, and I'm telling you, you cannot be a minute. This morning, 8:01. 8:01. I had to go to the front door. They locked it down. Oh, they don't play. They don't play. It was tardy. Now they give tardy slips. It's just, I don't even know.
Especially for the guy in charge.
Right. And it's even more complex now. His wife, Miss Denise, works a full 9 to 5.
So where does Ezra go?
Grandma's paternal or maternal grandmother's house, which he says is always tough because Ezra cries at drop-off.
Oh, yeah. That's hard. That moment adds another layer to the whole balancing act, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Which brings us back to scheduling and boundaries for a job that's potentially 24/7.
What's his core schedule look like?
Friday night vespers, Sabbath school, visitation, standard stuff when he's not preaching, but boundaries. He was very upfront. Terrible boundaries, he said.
How so?
Sunday's supposed to be the day off, but often get swapped for Monday. Or sometimes both days just evaporate. 2 full days off in a row. Rarely happens.
Because anything can be ministry.
Exactly. It feeds back into that freedom. He uses this bucket analogy to describe it.
Buckets?
Yeah. The family bucket, the youth bucket, the young adult bucket, the church family bucket, like the parents and the personal bucket.
Try to keep them all full.
Right. He calls balancing them an art.
Or maybe, based on what he's saying, it's less an art and more. Choosing which bucket stays less full.
That's the tough question, isn't it? If the job can expand infinitely, the family and personal buckets seem most vulnerable.
It feels like the cost of that autonomy he values so much.
It certainly seems that way.
Okay, before we wrap up, let's touch on some practical tools. Every job needs fuel, snacks. What keeps them going?
Got a specific list. Waterloo sparkling water, his favorite drink. Chocolate-covered raisins calls it movie food, and lots of fruit.
Simple, effective.
Yeah.
All right, main tool, Bibles. He mentioned having quite a few.
20 plus, he said, in his office. Some are for giving away, sure, but many are for study.
Did he talk about different versions he uses?
Oh, yeah. His first Bible ever was a King James version.
A classic.
And he loved it because he used the margins to journal, like life updates, writing his history right there in the Bible.
That's cool. What about for deep study?
For that, he goes to the interlinear version,
Which is?
super close to the original Greek and Hebrew, word for word sometimes. He said it can even feel backwards because it follows the original sentence structure, not modern English flow.
Gotcha. Direct, but maybe clunky to read.
Exactly. Then for general reading, the usual suspects, NASB, NIV, NLT, pretty standard recommendation.
But he had a new favorite, right? Especially for the youth he was talking.
Yes, the NIRV, New International Reader's Version.
Why that one?
Accessibility. It's written to be really simple, easy for a kid or anyone new to it to just pick up and understand.
So it shows you need different tools for different tasks. Deep study versus outreach.
Precisely. You need the interlinear for the deep dive, but the NIRV to make it approachable. Constant adaptation.
So, okay, let's try to synthesize this. We've got this picture of a pastor's life.
Yeah.
It's messy, it's demanding, full of logistical chaos, honestly.
Definitely chaotic at times. The morning routine, the baptism stories.
But it's also deeply disciplined,
Yeah.
fueled by this powerful work ethic, this spiritual philosophy.
Right. Being faithful in the small things, working for God.
And that work ethic buys him incredible professional freedom, autonomy.
Which is the paradox we keep coming back to. That freedom, the ability to turn anything into ministry.
Is maybe the very thing that makes boundaries almost impossible.
It seems so. He loves that freedom to customize his work, but it means work can bleed into everything. A YMCA workout becomes work. Talking about a Stanley Cup becomes work.
So the final thought for you, the listener.
Sometimes telling somebody about Jesus and speaking in the vein of evangelism, right? You're getting your evangelism honor right now. Does anyone know what evangelism is by definition? How do you define? You can look it up if you want, but what is evangelism? Evangelism. So there's salvation involved. There is second coming involved. Yeah. There's death involved. What else? But it has to do with spreading a message, right? What is that message? What is the message?
Second coming. Jesus, your savior. Jesus is coming again.
That's what I'm talking. See, you listening to stuff. Look at you. Yes. So the thing is about evangelism, guys, is sometimes we think that to be an evangelist, that you have to have gone to school, you have to know certain things. But the thing is that being evangelist is found in the way you live. Yes. So when you accept Jesus as your savior and you walk with him daily, you make mistakes. You have victories, you learn new things, you grow, you clean up after you cook, you grow, you change. And the best testimony, because evangelism is spreading a message through testimony. What's a testimony?
Be like, for example, the way that somebody.
Yeah, it could be that. Yeah. And the way to be a living sacrifice, which is something else we'll study later, but a living testimony is that as you're walking this life, you're making mistakes and you're not trying to hide them. You're being honest about your mistakes. You are sitting in the living room, pressing snooze and spending time with God. And what happens is when you go out into the world, you can actually spread the gospel message just by the way Jesus shines from you, the way Jesus comes through you.